Hi everyone. In this video I wanted to just go through my Digimon card game collection. I've been collecting the English set since the pre-release in November of 2020. Yes, 2020. God, time is meaningless nowadays. I was very hype for this card game. Funnily enough, I don't actually play card games that much. Like physically play the games just because I don't have many people that are interested. Played a little bit of Pokemon, obviously collected a good amount of Pokemon back in the day, but Digimon is just one of my all-time childhood favorites, and it's been really fun collecting this set. I've also been playing a lot of the games recently, so replayed Digimon World on the PS1 recently, and also Digimon World Next Order on the PS4. Very good games, and Cyber Sleuth, etc. So big into Digimon at the moment. I feel like 2021 is the year of Digimon. The only way is up from here. So just a couple of things before I start off. There is a bit of a supply issue with the Digimon card game. So a lot of people have complained on Twitter, on Facebook, and other places that they just can't get these products in, and for those who are able to get the products, they're not able to get them at a good price. There is a huge supply issue. I have overpaid for quite a good amount of this, which thankfully I was able to do. I'm not exactly rolling in cash, but I don't go anywhere, so this is my one main vice at the moment. So I'm sorry for anyone that can't get any of these cards. I know it must be frustrating, but I'm hoping, and Bandai keeps saying that they will be releasing more products as the year goes on. So hopefully supply will pick back up. So as I go through, I'll try and point out roughly how much each thing cost. I've probably sunk about £500 to £600 GBP into it, which is actually quite a lot for a starting set, to be honest, for me anyway. I know that's nothing for other collectors, but like I said, I'm not exactly rolling on it. Anyway, let's just start off with what we've got. I'll give you a brief overview of what we've got here, and then we can go through the details. So over here we have the Ultra Pro Eclipse folder, the purple one. This contains my full set of version 1.0 and 1.5, which is the English release of BT 01 to 03. So I've just finally got my last two cards in here today. Really excited to show you that one. Just to be clear, when I say full set, I don't include the alt arts in that. The alt arts, for those who don't know, you only get one alt art per box, per booster box. They have the same set number as other cards in the set, and they're just ridiculously expensive to collect. So for the sake of this, I have some alt arts, the ones that came with my booster boxes, one or two that I bought separately, but I'm not counting them as part of my collection. So when I say a full set of these two, I'm not referring to the alt arts, I'm referring to the standard arts that you can get in the booster packs. So that's that, so we'll go through that in a minute. Over here we have the theme decks, so not necessarily going to go through these bit by bit, but I bought the theme decks and put them in their associated colours. So if I open this one up, you can see we've got a blue box, got blue sleeves, and we've got the decks in there. So I've got Gaia Red, Heaven's Yellow, and Cocytus Blue, I think it's pronounced. I've got them in here. Like I said, I don't play card games too often, but I wanted to have a set to play for when lockdown ends. I'm sure that a couple of my friends would humour me at the very least. So yeah, really nice to get those like that. I, of course, will be doing a similar thing for the next 3 decks, which are coming out, which I believe is in June, something like that. This is my bulk collection, so this is just commons and uncommons. We've got BT 1, 2, and 3 over here, and just some loose cards over there. Actually, just currently keeping these in a random Yu-Gi-Oh box that I got in the post when I bought some cards, but I will be getting a proper box because obviously this is almost full already, and it's only housing the commons and uncommons, so I do need to get a bigger box. Over here, it's just I've kept one of each of the booster boxes. In the 1.5 box, I have my rares, so this is my dupe rares, that is. Not in sleeves. I did consider sleeving them because they do have some foiling on them, but Man, that's going to be a lot of sleeves, so I haven't bothered doing that. Maybe I will in the future. And then over here we've got my more rare duplicates. So you see I've got some promo cards. A lot of these are actually up for sale on eBay just to recoup some of the money from buying some of the cards I was missing. So these are recent duplicates. Got Imperial Dramon Secret Rare, Ragnar Lordmon, got All Force Featuremon, Cherismon, not sure how that's pronounced, Kresgarumon, which is an amazing card, looking at it anyway, Mastermon, who one of my favourite Digimon of all time, Shine Greymon. Then this is from the Memorial packs, so that's Ties Growing Up. I've got a duplicate of that. Got an Agumon Alt Art from the version 1.0 Dash packs, and then I've got one each of the starter deck SRs. You'll understand why I have one each spare as I go through the cards. So let's put them back here. So that's what I keep in this box. And like I said, those ones are up for sale. The rares, not so much, just because selling the individual rare cards online is just probably more hassle than it's worth, to be honest. And then in my 1.0 box, we have spares from the free theme decks. I need to, once I sort my bulk out, these will go somewhere else. And then we've got booster packs. So this one actually is unopened. Box promotion pack. I'm going to keep it unopened because I have every card you can get in this set. So I was going to keep this one. Just keep it sealed for the sake of it. And then the rest of it is wrappers. So what I've tried to do is essentially what I've done is what I would have wanted to have done as a kid. There's also some memory gauges in there. So as a kid collecting Pokemon cards, I wish I had been as careful and saved things, because they would have been not just worth money but also just sentimental value. Whereas when you're a kid, you just throw stuff away. So I've been trying to actually save at least one of each booster pack, carefully snipped at the top, just so I can go through a few years time and be like, oh, what's this? So we've got here Dash Pack version 1.0. I actually don't have any 1.5s. I ordered some 1.5 with my 1.5 box and they sent me the wrong ones, which is really nice. So I will buy some 1.5s at some point. There's the box promotion pack. Obviously these are all opened and don't have anything in them. We've got the release memorial pack. We've got another memorial pack. We have the promotional pack version 0.0. This one was actually sent to me by Comic Crazy in Glasgow, I believe. I bought a booster box from them during the November pre-release, and they kindly sent me this because there was a bit of a mix-up with the dash packs, but they pulled through in the end, and they also sent me this as a compensation, which is really kind. What have we got here? We've got version 1.5 with Pyldramon, Stingmon, XVmon. We've got another 1.5 with All Force Vidramon on the front. I've got two of those. I think I've got two of each of the 1.5s for some reason. I'll probably choose the nicest ones and get rid of the rest. 1.5 with Imperial Dramon on the front. We have a 1.0 for Omnimon. Another memorial pack, got loads of those. 1.0 with Diaboromon or Diaboromon. 1.0 with Gallantmon, Shine Greymon, and Magdamon. Interesting they put Shine Greymon on the 1.0 pack because he's in the 1.5 set. Curious. Another 1.0, Piedmon, Machine Dramon, Devimon. Let's see. Omnimon Alter S for the 1.5 pack. Another 1.5 dash pack. I think the most of these are just duplicates, dash packs. Yeah. So I'm gonna sort these out. But I just thought it was really cool to save the booster packs. So I'm gonna continue to do that. That's a nice little additional part of my collection. I'm really enjoying that. So I keep those in that box and I'll put those away later on. And I'll put these to the side. So the reason why I have a bunch of starter deck bulk in addition to the star decks is because I actually bought two of each. Because I'm pretty much just collecting these cards, and I adore the artwork on these cards. This is why I'm collecting them, because I absolutely love the artwork. I mean, look at this. He's got bread. He's so happy. So the starter decks, for those who don't know, are unique. That unlike Pokemon theme decks, which normally just contain a selection of cards from the main set, the starter decks are unique cards. They have unique set numbers. So Koromon here is ST101. And this is the only way to get this Koromon, is by buying a starter set. So for the sake of collecting, I bought one set of starter decks. So I've got one of each card in a folder, actually in this folder, which I'll go through in a second. One of each in my folder, and then the other deck is over here in the playable boxes. So that's why I've got a bunch of bulk. I'm sure there are probably some people that put decks together that might actually want this bulk. Some of these cards are actually, as far as I understand it, like I said, I don't play the game, but as far as I understand it, some of the cards in these decks are actually fairly playable. So that's pretty cool. So I've got a bunch of bulk of those. Oh man, it's so cool. So that's the those booster boxes over there. We've talked about the theme decks. Let's move these ones to the side as well. We've talked about the bulk. Got a lot of bulk. Let's put it aside. What's this? Oh, yeah, so I'll booster pack over here. We'll come back to this one in a minute. So you might have seen this. Back in, I think it's December or November, Bandai ran a sweepstakes for the Digimon card game where you basically just put your name and address, email address in, and you have the chance of winning. And just like a week or two ago, this turned up at my doorstep. I completely forgotten I'd even entered. So this is really cool. It contains a couple of things. Let's open this up. So inside it has this little folder. It's covered in plastic as well, and inside that, actually what's really cool is this looks a lot like the original Digibattle card game artwork, if anyone remembers that. Then inside this, it came with a Dragon Ball. There's a couple of cards in there. I'm not interested in this card game at all. I'm not interested in Dragon Ball, but you know, it's cool. And then that comes with one of each of these promo cards. So these are the same cards that were in the promo pack that I showed you earlier. So I'm keeping them sealed. They're individually sealed inside here with a seal over the top as well. And then there's some information over here about the app, the card game, etc. But yeah, I was really pleased that I won that. I forgot I'd even entered. So that's pretty great. So I keep that as part of the collection. That's a really nice addition. And then we've got the orange folder, which again is another Eclipse, same as the main set. But the orange folder is where I keep the non-standard sets. So the purple Eclipse is the full set of 1.0 and 1.5. And the orange one is, well, essentially everything else. As more sets come out, I'll get more folders for them and probably reorganize things. But this is what I'm keeping at the moment. So if we have a look in here. And the reason I'm using Eclipse rather than ring binders is just because I've heard that the ring binders can damage the cards. And I actually have a full master set of Pokemon XY Evolutions, which I collected back in the day. And the first page is getting some damage. So I do need to address that at some point. So that's why I figured start strong with this one. So I don't have to replace any cards. So if we open this one up, we start off with promo cards. So these are the 6 cards I just showed you just now. So these were the ones that came from the booster box. The promo pack that Comic Crazy sent me. Same as what's in this thing over here. And I also have another set you might have spied earlier on in the video. That was my friend got me for my birthday. So I have I have a lot of these for some reason. But they're really nice cards. They've got dark foiling on them, which makes them very different to the other ones. But you can see it's the original Digimon Adventure starter. Well, not starter Digimon. Although we are missing 2. Who are we missing? We're missing Tentamon, and we're missing, after on a blank. Who else are we missing? I'm sure I'll think of it later. Anyway, so that's promo P01 to 06. They have unique set numbers as well, which is why I like to collect as many as I can. Down here we have the cards that come out of the special box promotion packs. So these come with every booster box of 1.0 and 1.5, which is why I have duplicates, because I bought 2 of each box. And in each pack you get 1 of 3 sets of cards. So it's 2 cards per pack, and it's either these two, or these 2. So I have all 3. We've got Garurumon and Weregarurumon. We have Agumon and Greymon and Vidramon and Tai Kamiya V-Tamer. I also have 2 of the Memorial Pack cards, so Ty's Growing Up and Patamon's Confession. I got a duplicate of him, so I'm selling that, and then I need to pick up the other 2, which I believe are A New World and DNA Digivolution from 02. I would like a full set of the promotional cards, but you can see we've got P012, and then this one is P024. So there's a big gap between the two of them, and that is the two memorial cards I just mentioned, and oh, it's P023 now, and also the tournament packs. So there's actually a bunch of tournament packs which are given out to local tournaments, but obviously due to COVID there aren't any local tournaments, and I am not aware of anyone who has easy access to those and is willing to send them out. So I'm currently thinking about how I'm going to collect those. People do sell them individually, but for silly money. So I'm not into that just yet. Over here we have my alt art collection. Like I said, I'm not collecting these. I'm not buying them individually, with a couple of exceptions. These are just what came out of my boxes and other things. So starting from the top left, the creme de la creme of my collection is the Omnimon alt art. I got this from my very first pre-release booster box. So I had one of my 1.0 boxes was in November from Comic Crazy Glasgow. This came out the box, and at the time I wasn't too familiar with what the money cards were. I honestly thought that this Metal Greymon over here, Secret Rare, was the money card in the set, but it turns out that Omnimon is, and this boy has been selling for anything from like £100 to £200. He's worth money. I'm gonna keep a hold of him, but goddamn, that was a lucky first box. Metal Greymon Secret Rare alt art. Really love this one. That came out of my second 1.0 box. And it harkens back to the Digibattle card game. It looks amazing. Love that card. Got the Agumon alt art from the 1.0 dash packs. I've had 3 of these. For some reason I keep getting the same one, which is frustrating, but it's a nice looking card. We have Metal Seedramon over here from a dash pack as well, from a 1.0 dash pack. You can see his set number is just BT2-030, so he is just it is the same as the regular Seedramon. It's the same set number. It's just not art. Over here we have Allforce Vidramon. I just got him from my 1.5 box, my second one. Very nice. And Machine Dramon over here from a dash pack as well. I've actually, these aren't in any particular order except for, I tried to do the ones that are matching designs. So these have got these kind of like circuit board design. I think they were all BT2, yeah. So that's pretty cool. It would be really good to have a full set, like I said, but they're just so expensive. I mean, this one's like 25. These ones aren't too much. They're probably like £8 to £10, depending where you buy from. But that's because they're from the dash packs. But the ones that come from the booster packs, they're just crazy money. Down here we have Mastimon alt art. Really, really like this one from my first 1.5 booster box. As I said, Mastimon, one of my favorite Digimon, and I was chuffed to bits to get this one. Leopardmon, I actually bought this for £12, which was a really good price, honestly, I think. It was during the drought between the pre-release and the official release. I was desperate for cards, and I saw this one for £12. I was like, I'm going to buy that. Really nice looking card. We've got Airdramon, the alt art from my 1.5 booster box. You get one of these in every box, so it's one of 6, and I for some reason got 2 Airdramon, so that's frustrating. That's the way it is. And up here I've got some of the alt arts you get from the 1.0 booster box. So Joe and Kari came from my boxes that I bought, and then Sora I bought individually for I think £4, not too expensive. Yeah, really nice looking. I might try and collect the others, but some of the others are quite collectible, so I'll probably wait until the reprints of the sets come out and make them more affordable. And then over here is the start of the theme deck. So like I said, or start decks rather. So I got one of each of these cards because I love the artwork and they are unique cards. So here's the Gaia Red deck, that Greymon. Whoa. And now Greymon as well. Turn page, got here War Greymon and their option cards. I've also saved the memory gauges from the decks because they're unique. Different to the booster packs, so that conveniently brings them up to 2 pages of 9, which is really convenient. Got the blue deck here, got Bearmon. I think this is the only Bearmon card in English at the moment, which is really cool. Grizzlymon. Got over here Plesiomon. That's a cool card. I love that. And sorry, blue. Yeah, you get some really unique cards in the starter decks. Really pleased. And then over here we got the yellow Togemon Salamon. So this is the TK set, Angels and all that stuff. Seraphimon there, very cool. Yeah, and then the rest of the folder is currently blank. Oh no, it's not blank. I forgot. I put my old Digibattle cards in here the other day. We're not going to go through those. That's just the original Digibattle card game. We're not going to talk about that. So yeah, those are my special cards. So very cool. This video is going on for quite a while, isn't it? We should probably get on with the meat of the meal. I don't know what the phrase is. So quickly before we start looking into this, so I said I was going to talk about prices. I've done a little bit of that in the last few minutes. So as I said, I've bought 2 of each booster box. That's how I have 2 full boxes there, and then we've got bits from the other ones because I cut them up. They don't look particularly good. I sellotape them on, but whatever. Do what you must. So the prices I paid for these. So the first 1.0 booster box that I bought in November for the pre-release, I bought that for retail, so that was £80 all in. The second booster box, this one over here, I bought. It was actually a pre-order from Zatu Games. Originally, they said they were going to have these in for the pre-release, but they lied. So eventually I had to wait a really long time. I think this came in mid-Feb eventually when the release date was officially the end of Jan, but hey-ho. And that one was only like 67. It was a really good price at the time, which is probably why they sold out so quickly. So really good value on these boxes, honestly. I mean, retail price is 80 and then 67. I mean, what more could you ask? And I got some of the most expensive cards. Then, this is where unfortunately it falls downhill. The 1.5, I had them pre-ordered at, I think it was £77 each. I had 2 of them pre-ordered with Zatu Games. They missed the release date. They then couldn't give me another date on when they were expecting more in. And as time went on, a couple of weeks ago, I just called them up and cancelled because ultimately they had my money and they couldn't guarantee that they could get me the cards. And I have serious FOMO, as you can imagine. So I ended up buying them online. So one booster box, I bought one box that came with 2 dash packs and 2 memorial packs. That cost me 130, so that's quite a significant jump. And then I got another booster box on its own for 100 and I think it was 108. So not terrible, but still a lot more than I paid for 1.0. Although one thing to consider with set 1.0 is there are more super rares and more cards in the set. So you see there's 187 cards in 1.0 and there's 152 cards in 1.5. So I actually ended up buying quite a lot of singles to complete 1.0. I think I ended up buying like 10 or 15 singles, and that racked me up a good amount of money. Whereas with 1.5, by the time I bought my 2 boxes, I was only missing, I think, 2 cards or 3 cards. I think 3 cards. So it wasn't as expensive. Unfortunately, some of them were the more expensive cards, but it kind of balances out. So although the boxes were more expensive for 1.5, I spent less on singles, so that was okay. Looking forward into BT4, Great Legend, coming out in June, it looks like the number of cards is closer to 1.5. I think it's actually might be 140 total, but there's 3 secret rares, and I think 13 or 12 super rares, so it should hopefully be more achievable with 2 booster boxes, and then hopefully just need to pick up the last secret rare to buy 2 boxes of BT4. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I'm rambling. Let's get into here. So, as I've mentioned already, version 1.0 and 1.5 are essentially BT, it says here somewhere, I think. No, it doesn't. So they are the Japanese sets BT1 to BT3, just mixed across these 2 sets, which is why they're larger sets than BT4 will be, for example. I have ordered them in set number in here, so it'll be BT1, 2, and 3 in set order. So let's have a look. Let's put that one down over here. So starting off with, we've got page 1. Got the babies from set 1. Moving on to the reds. Some of the cards I had to buy individually were Garudamon and Wargreymon. I didn't get either of those in my booster boxes, which is a shame. And some of the blues. I think Cerberusmon as well. He's only a regular rare, but I ended up having to buy him individually, so that was interesting. Moving on to the yellows. I mean, the artwork on these cards is so nice. So nice. Seraphimon down here. So you see, just like I said about starter decks, this isn't the same as the Seraphimon in the starter deck. Completely different set number, different abilities. It's a different card altogether. Got our greens over here. Titamon. Great looking cards. This reminds me of the, if you guys remember, Pokemon started doing sort of like half art cards for like commons and uncommons, not just for rares. I can't remember what set it was, but they were really nice, and they stopped doing those. Where Digimon's just like, yeah, whatever, man. It's an uncommon, but we'll make a full art. Fuck it. So yeah, that's great. Hercules Kabuterimon. He's a great card. Love him. Rosemon, Gran Kawagamon, and Omnimon. This is the regular version of Omnimon. I had to buy him individually, which was quite frustrating because he costs money. I ended up with paying 38, which is not bad when he sells for around 50, but did have a couple of marks on it, so I had to clean him up. But it looks pretty good. So there's Omnimon. Gran Kawagamon's actually from 1.5. So up until this point, all of these cards have been from set 1.0, with the exception of Gran Kawagamon. This is when they will start blending. So they've got your Tamer cards down here. Just red, blue, yellow, and green. 2 greens for some reason. Got the option cards, which are a bit like trainer cards from Pokemon. So this is a mixture of 1.0 and 1.5. For example, I think Testament is from 1.5, but Golden Ripper's from 1.0. See, they all fit together. And then we got the secret rares. So Metal Greymon, this is what the normal art looks like for that secret rare. And then Veedramon. I don't know why he's a secret rare. I had to buy him as well, which is a shame. Moving on to BT2. This is a lot of 1.5 cards. Let's move this over here. There we go. So like all of these babies are 1.5. Really love this. Got the Adventure 02 babies. Very cute. Oh, that's not true. What am I talking about? That's Adventure 02, but he's obviously from Season 3. Anyway, I'm talking rubbish. Let's carry on. So we got our reds over here. It's very cool looking cards. Gallantmon. I like that one. Got our blues. There we go. Got regular Old Fox Future one. I love the Salamon. Look how happy he is, or she. Very cute. Our yellows. Shine Greymon again. Got a dupe of him. Moving on to the greens. We have Argomon. See, I don't know where Argomon's from. I know a good amount of Digimon, but there's a period in my life where I wasn't really watching the show or playing the games. So Argomon seems to have like several stages of the same name. I know there's a Digimon in Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory that's the same. I can't remember his name. But I'm guessing that's where that's from. But I mean, it looked cool, so it is whatever. Moving on to black. So BT2 introduces black cards, which is pretty cool. So we've got some of these. Some Digimon that were in other colours moved over to black as well. So we've got Wargreymon. It's a bit like, it's not like Pokemon where you've got, you know, Bulbasaur's a grass type. So on the cards, he's always grass type. It seems like the colour doesn't necessarily represent the Digimon, like its typing. Which is cool. It makes it interesting because the colours are important for the playing the game, as far as I understand it. For me, I just like to look at the cards. Moving on to purples, got Tapiamon. Cute. More purples. Piedmon, I had to buy him. He was quite expensive at the time, but he has since dropped in price. Deoboromon, Millenniummon. He was a pain in the ass to get. I had to buy him as well. Tamer cards. Got some more Tamers here. We got a black and purple Tamer for the first time in the set. And then more option cards. So there's 3 of each, red, blue, yellow, green. I think 4 black and 4 purple. Yeah. And then the secret rares from BT2. So Beelzemon, got him from a booster box. He was in set 1.0. And then Black Wargreymon, he actually just arrived today. So he was the last secret rare I needed for all set 1.5. Very cool. And then moving on to BT3, we've got our babies again. These are the Adventure 02 babies, that's what I was thinking of. They're not called babies, they're Digi-eggs, technically. But I think they're in training 2. Yeah, in Training 2, because the baby next to him is in Training 1. Anyway, I'm blabbering. Red cards. Got some cool ones. Got the blue Greymon. Very nice. Blitz Greymon. Nice card. Onto the blues. So you see Patamon and Angemon are in blue this time instead of yellow. Like the Angemon as well. Very cool. XVmon. Left on Imperial Dramon, Dragon Mode. One of the Imperial Dramons in this set. Got our yellows, Love Loblon, Hype. Some more yellows over here. Kentarasmon or Kentorasmon, not sure. Greens. Moving over here, got more greens. Terriermon. Gotta love Terriermon. Dino Beamon's a great one as well. Moving on to the black ones, I love that they're bringing in the alternate versions of the Digimon from like Psychomon. I originally know from Digimon World on PS1. And Gururumon, so Garurumon, that threw me through a loop. They even look basically his name, and he knows it. Look at his face. We've got Tankmon, Metal Mummymon. I really like this card. It's really cool looking. Kresgarumon, Metal Enamon. Craniumon is pretty cool. Moving on to the purples over here. Very nice. Raremon I had to buy. So, you know, clues in the name there. Mastimon again. Lilithmon was one of the last ones I had to buy for 1.0. Then we've got some more tamers. We've got Davis and Ken from Adventure 02, and then a black and purple Joe and Mimi, which is pretty cool. We've got some more option cards to complete the set, and then Secret Rare, so Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode, I've got a duplicate of that as I showed you earlier, and then Omnimon Alter S, another money card. I don't know what it is about Omnimon. He seems to draw all the money. I had to buy him separately from someone. It cost me 50, and I'm not proud of it. But that was less than what most people were asking for, and I needed it to complete the set, so it is what it is. And then on the last page, I just put in the set lists and the memory gauges, just because I wanted to fill the page. So that is it. So pretty happy, well, very happy with my collection so far. There's not really anything that I'm missing bar the alt arts and some more of the promos, which are quite expensive to get. So I will be working on those, potentially picking up, well, I'll definitely pick up the promos that I'm missing once I can afford to, but I'm not going to bother with the alt arts. Looking forward to BT4. I know that BT5 is already out in Japan, maybe even BT6. And then there's some more theme decks. So there's 8 theme decks in Japan. They just recently released the Gallantmon and Ulforce Vegramon one. I don't know if they've released it, but they've released information. So looking forward to picking these up. But yeah, that's it. So very long video. I hope some people found this interesting. Maybe no one will find it interesting. Who knows? I just know there isn't a huge amount of information online about the English card game, especially not like videos. Everyone's just talking about the Japanese one, but I'm more into the English set because then I can actually read the cards, you know. Cool. All right, that's it for me. Any questions about collecting the card game or anything else, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.